Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Damien. So this is my Flash top 5 episodes of season 1 video. This was really hard to decide on, and honestly it should be maybe like a top 10 or something like that, but I've tried my best to narrow it down to just 5, and these are just my 5 personal favorite episodes. This does not mean these are the 5 episodes that are the best, period, but I know a lot of you guys will agree with some of these episodes. So The Flash is one of those shows that benefits from a lot of things. Right now they have a lot of momentum. The acting has been really great. The writing is pretty good. It's really good actually in a lot of the episodes. I would say about 85% of the episodes are about 8.5 out of 10. And if you take a look at IMDb, you'll see that those ratings really just hold up with everyone else as well. So a lot of the actors on the show are big comic book fans as well, so that also helps because you can really just feel like they're a lot more passionate about their scenes and everyone's really into their role and everything like that. So the show is just really just becoming one of these things now that it's a must watch. If you're into any kind of superhero related show, regardless, you need to watch this show, and that's just what it's becoming. So they're also pulling a lot from Jeff Johns, and he has written a lot of really great comic books on from the DC universe. Rather, he's done a lot of New 52 stuff, Flash, Green Lantern, the list goes on. He's done a lot. So it really just, right now they have all the tools necessary to keep this show going for quite a while and do just a lot. So let's get right into it with my top 5 episodes of season 1. Like I said, this was really hard to pick, but these are the episodes that I landed on. So number 5, The Trap, episode 20. This episode I liked a lot because they tried to outsmart Eobard Thawne, and they also had some great Barry and Iris moments. Of course, her finding out again that he is the Flash, because this is when the timeline was altered. So after episode 15, I really was just wondering, when is she going to find out again? Episode 20 was really great. And this episode, I feel it really was just there to set up the following episodes, Grodd, and the team up with Flash, Firestorm, and Arrow, and then the finale. It was really just a great episode. It had a lot of great moments, just specifically regarding Eobard Thawne. Things really escalated in this episode, and that is why it stands out to me. It's just one of those episodes. Of course, the big moment at the end when Eobard kidnaps Eddie Thawne and starts to kind of reveal some things to him. Iris finding out Barry's the Flash. It was just a really good episode, and it's one of those episodes that I think of right away when I think about the Flash. So that's my 5th best episode of the season on my list. Number 4 is the Flash versus Arrow crossover, episode 8. This was when I still really had yet to be convinced of just how good this show was, and at the time Arrow was really just kind of the flagship show on the CW network for comic book stuff. Season 2 was just really great. So the Flash versus Arrow, safe to say it was a pretty big episode, highly anticipated. A lot of people were really into it, and it's an episode that I will always remember just because I look at this episode as a episode that really serves as the one to bridge the gap, basically unite the idea that a TV comic book universe is possible, and also seeing how Oliver struggles against a superpowered being. That's always fun. So even though he technically did win the fight, we know realistically if they were actually fighting, there's no way Oliver would ever win. But the comedy between the actors, Team Arrow and Team Flash, the overall special effects, just seeing the disadvantages that Oliver has, and just kind of showcasing some of the powers of the Flash and their great dialogue with the team up and stuff like that, that is really what sold me on that episode as being just one of the standouts. I really enjoyed that episode. I know everyone else did too. It's one of the highest rated episodes of the season, and I look forward to more stuff like that in season 4 of Arrow and season 2 of The Flash, and even in Legends of Tomorrow. Number 3, The Man in the Yellow Suit. This is episode 9, the episode following the crossover. This episode was absolutely amazing, and at this time I really didn't think they could top it. This was the mid-season finale in December before they went on break, and what an episode it was. So many references. Eobard Thawne's interaction with Eddie Thawne. At that time, he had no idea really who he was. And seeing the Flash and the Reverse Flash fight, the lines that Eobard would throw at him, "I always win, we've been doing this for a long time," all of that just really just set the bar to me as just what this episode was capable of. They also really were stretching their legs when they showed a lot of the visual effects. I thought it was really, really great. The fight scenes at the end, them just going around Star Labs and stuff like that. Really, really solid episode. And that was the episode where, after seeing that, I knew I'd be watching The Flash forever. As long as this show is on the air, I am watching. And that was just one of those episodes where I really can appreciate Tom Cavanaugh, who plays Harrison Wells, Eobard Thawne. He is just really, really great, and he was an amazing villain for season 1, and it's going to be really interesting to see what they do for season 2. Now, in my top 5 here, you'll notice that there's a lot of references or mentioning of Eobard Thawne. He just really was the anchor of this entire season, because the entire show really was just built off of Barry saying every episode he's going to find out and get justice for his mother's death and have his father released from prison. So Eobard Thawne has always been the one linked to the entire story arc of season 1, and that, I think, is what really made it as successful as it was. So number 2, Out of Time, episode 15. This is the episode where you really get to see time travel for the first time. The visual effects are great, with Weather Wizard and Barry running around to contain the tsunami. Now, this episode was a personal favorite of mine because I'm a big West Allen fan, so Barry and Iris, their first kiss officially, was a pretty big deal. Unfortunately, he changed the timeline. She doesn't remember it, but it was also really, really great just seeing their scenes together and him revealing that he is the Flash to her, and everything that went down in this episode was amazing. Now, I think the high note of the episode was actually Cisco dying, because the scene was very emotional, and their dialogue, Eobard Thawne and Cisco, especially when he introduces himself officially for the first time, and he really just kind of starts talking to Cisco, letting him know, you're like a son to me and all of this. It was a really, really well done scene. It was well written, and Cisco, his acting was on point as well. Tom Cavanaugh did amazing as always, but that's just standard when it comes to his character at this point. He really just nails it. So it was a really, really great episode, and there's a lot of episodes that are just or almost as good as some of these episodes that I've mentioned, but I'm really just trying to highlight the top 5, in my opinion, just based off of certain things. The only episode I could see myself actually switching is number 5, The Trap. I could replace that with Grodd Lives, or the crossover with Firestorm and Arrow before the finale, episode 22. There's a couple other good episodes as well, the pilot, stuff like that, but really just highlighting the top 5, it's really, really difficult. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought were the 5 best episodes, or the 5 best episodes that you enjoyed the most. Now, number 1, the season finale. Of course, I think everyone can say for sure that this was the best episode of the season. It was just really, really good. It was just too epic. Eobard Thawne, heroic fashion by Eddie Thawne. There's just so much that I can even talk about this episode. I did a review on this, and it was really long. There's just a lot to talk about in this episode, but them acknowledging the multiverse, so many different heroes and villains potentially, showing Killer Frost, the Flash running back in time to save his mother, saying goodbye to her, coming back, him and Eobard Thawne fighting again, Eddie Thawne shooting himself, Eobard Thawne never existed, the timeline gets changed, things just go haywire like crazy. When Barry's running back in time, seeing Killer Frost, seeing the Flash Museum, seeing glimpses of the future, Legends of Tomorrow, all of that, this episode was just too epic. Arrow cannot compare anymore to this show at all, and Tom Cavanaugh sold it. Everything in this episode, the Jay Garrick reference with the helmet, the Rip Hunter reference, everything, there's nothing else that really needs to be said. Episode 23 was hands down the best episode of the season, and that's really it. So let me know what you guys think about it. These were my 5 favorite episodes, the best episodes of the season in my opinion. Leave a like on the video, comment down below, and share your thoughts. As always, if you have any questions, anything like that, any comments you want to leave, do so in the comment section down below, and I'll try to get back to you guys. My name is Damien. Thank you guys for watching, and subscribe for more Flash videos if you are new to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.